Hey, how's it going? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. We are about to do the full moon reading for the full moon in Sagittarius coming up on June 5th. Now, the full moon in Sagittarius is also a partial lunar eclipse, and I'm expecting some pretty big energies coming in with this, which is one reason why I wanted to do a tarot full moon reading for you. Now, the sign, or the card, excuse me, for Sagittarius is Temperance. So this is about blending things together, integrating things, trial and error, doing a little bit at a time to see what's working. But it's also about balance, and I expect these types of energies to come in with the full moon. Now, this full moon in Sagittarius, being a partial lunar eclipse, is also happening during Gemini season, and Venus is in retrograde right now, also in Gemini. Now, the card for Gemini is Lovers, and Venus rules Gemini, but it's in retrograde. So I'm also expecting, looking back at the past in terms of relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but also in terms of relationships with yourself and your self-love, and looking back on things, trying to figure out what worked that you should carry with you into the future, what didn't work so well, what kind of things need released. And I'm expecting some big changes in terms of relationships and how you deal with people, romantically or otherwise, and in terms of how you deal with yourself. And during the pre-shuffle of the Moonology Oracle deck, this card jumped out, Expect Powerful Change. So I am expecting some powerful changes during this full moon in Sagittarius. So what we're going to do is take a look for the collective, what types of energies are going to be coming in with this full moon. We're also, now full moons are known to amplify things. They're also known to illuminate things. They're like bringers of truth and pathfinders, and they show us, they light up the path for us. They illuminate the way for us. They also amplify things. So we're going to take a look into how these full moon energies are going to amplify our thoughts, our feelings, and our instincts. And then we're going to take a little bit closer look into the more Sagittarius temperance elements of this full moon energy, and we're going to take a look at how the full moon is going to illuminate the things for us that we need to leave behind, how it's going to illuminate the things for us that we need to expand, and what kind of energies of expansion are going to come in with this full moon. End of a tough cycle approaches. And we're also going to take a look at what ways this full moon is going to cause things to come into balance for us in our lives. Alright, now I've already, if they're wanting to talk really bad, it's time to take action. I've already shuffled the cards before I started the recording, but this is something that I'm considering doing more of in the future for full moons and new moons, and I'm considering expanding it into doing this for each individual zodiac sign instead of just for the collective as a whole, because I'm pretty sure that it's going to affect all of us in general in certain ways, but it's also going to affect each zodiac sign in certain ways too. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know that, and if I get enough interest in it, then that's something I'll start doing in the future. Okay. Let's start by taking a look at what energies this full moon in Sagittarius is going to bring in for us. What energies is the full moon in Sagittarius going to bring in for us as a collective? Well, this one wants to come out. Let's get two more for what overall energies this full moon in Sagittarius is going to bring out for us as a collective. I think we had one come upside down in here. Oh, we do. Alright, on the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Pentacles. So holding on to something tightly, not wanting to let it go. Okay, so the overall energies that this full moon is going to bring in are the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles, with the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So there's a lot of pentacles here. So this has got a lot to do with stability. It's like we're going to be called to put in the work on some things, to learn some things about our stability. Like to learn what it is that we're holding on to that we don't need anymore. The things that aren't worth continuing to put the work in because they're not going to lead you to where you want to go. Okay, and in terms of where you do want to go, see how he's looking away from that? He's looking toward the work. So he's trying to figure out how to get where he wants to go and what things he needs to let go of that are stopping him from getting there. So I think that's what this full moon is going to represent in terms of general energies for us. Let's pull a Moonology Oracle card here. What are the overall energies this full moon in Sagittarius is going to bring in for the collective? The overall energies. Let's get one card to clarify these overall energies. Okay, here it is. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius energy showing up again. Alright, now, how is this full moon going to amplify our thoughts? Let's get 3 for how this full moon will amplify our thoughts. Alright, there's 1. How's the full moon going to amplify our thoughts? Let's get 1 more for how our thoughts will be amplified. Okay, we'll take 2 more. We got 1 turnover in the deck here. Alright. We have the moon on the bottom. Okay. Well, we have death. These are things that will be amplified in our thoughts. The Ace of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. With the moon on the bottom of the deck. Oh, and conflict, you know, the 5 of Wands, conflict right underneath that. Okay. And the Fool and the Sun. So this is about things that are hidden in the dark that are about to be illuminated in terms of something that you're conflicted about. Maybe something in the external world that you're conflicted about, something that you're internally conflicted about. That's stopping you from taking the leap toward your happiness and moving toward your happiness. Okay. In your thoughts, you're going to have some sort of transformation. Something's going to change dramatically in your thoughts. Regarding love and emotions and taking action toward your passions. The 3 of Pentacles, which is working together, collaborating, teamwork, building something of value together. Let's get a clarifier from the Moonology deck here. Oh, that's too many. Let's shuffle these one more time here. Show the world the real you. Adjustments are required. Okay. Which is probably where this transformation is taking place. Maybe a transformation in the way you view love, or a transformation in your self-love. Maybe we're going to start taking more actions toward that. And more actions toward building what it is that we want, the thing that we desire. Okay. How is the full moon in Sagittarius going to amplify our feelings? How's the full moon in Sagittarius going to amplify our feelings? Okay, well, Let's see. The bottom of the deck, we have Four of Swords, which is taking a break, resting, going inside to figure things out, contemplating, healing. So for how the full moon will amplify our feelings, we have the Ten of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So I think we're going to be spending some time reflecting. The energies of this full moon will cause us to spend some time reflecting on emotional fulfillment and what actually makes us happy, especially in terms of balance. We're going to try and figure out how to balance out the equation of what makes us happy, which is probably going to involve figuring out what we need to release and what we want to carry with us into the future. And then we have the Chariot, which is about forward movement, forward progress, using your will to move past the obstacles and the things that are holding you back and move quickly towards success and victory with the thing that your will desires. So let's get one from the Moonology deck to clarify, how is the full moon energy going to amplify our feelings? Okay. You're very close to achieving your goal. Sounds pretty good to me. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Okay. How is the full moon going to amplify our instincts as a collective? So how's this full moon in Sagittarius going to amplify our instincts? Get 3 for how it's going to amplify our instincts. Okay, there's 1. Oh, okay, looks like we're getting 4. That's fine, we'll take 4. On the bottom, the Lovers, the Gemini card, and we are in Gemini season right now. Okay, so for how this full moon is going to amplify our instincts as a collective, we have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Moon, with the Lovers on the bottom, and the Seven of Pentacles just under that. Okay, let's see. Okay, our instincts are going to be amplified in terms of endings, in terms of abrupt, quick endings. Like, there are things that are hidden in the dark from us right now that I think this full moon is going to illuminate, on things that we need to cut off and move away from. We need to just, there are certain elements that we need to end and move away from so we can get to where we're trying to go, so we can get the stability that we want, the abundance that we want, and live the kind of life that we want. So let's get one from the Moonology deck. So our instincts are going to be amplified in terms of knowing what it is that we need to end and what it is that we need to move away from and what we need to move towards. So, oh, getting windy here. Hang on. All right, let's get one for how are our instincts going to be amplified by this full moon. How will our instincts be amplified? Your commitment is being tested. So I have a feeling that there are things we've been trying to achieve that we haven't gotten to yet, and it seems like there are things that just keep getting in our way, and it's probably some element of ourself that we're unaware of yet that we need to end and move away from. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at what is this full moon illuminating for us that we need to release? What is the full moon going to illuminate for us that we need to release? What's this full moon in Sagittarius going to illuminate for us that we need to release? We have the Tower on the bottom. We have the Three of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Moon, and the Six of Pentacles. So the things that will be illuminated that we need to release. we've all had tower moments in the past, so there are going to be elements of a tower moment that has caused heartbreak for us, maybe left us walled off and protecting ourselves and trying to heal. Things that bring up fear and worry and anxiety for us. These are all the types of things that we're going to be releasing in order to bring balance back into our life. And again, this is full moon in Sagittarius, which is temperance, so that's about balance and healing. Okay, so we're going to release heartbreak and worry and fear and anxiety from some tower moments in our past that have caused us to be walled off, and these energies are going to help us come back into balance. So like I said, I'm expecting a lot from this full moon. I'm expecting some big energy from it, and it looks like that's what we're getting here. So let's get one more from the Moonology Oracle deck. Let's clarify what things are going to be illuminated for us that we need to release. In what way is this full moon energy going to help us release things? It's time to give rather than take. Balanced spirituality and practicality. A new start is coming. It's time to give rather than take. And like in this card, you can see that he's giving to two people here. Pretty cool. Okay, what parts of us are going to be expanded by this full moon energy? What parts of us will be expanded by this full moon energy? We're not going to take this big chunk that fell. Let's get one more for what parts of us will be expanded by this full moon energy. What parts of us will be expanded by this full moon energy? Let's get one more, please. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have Justice. Again, more balance. Cutting off the things that aren't balanced. Trying to weigh out the good and the bad and cut off things that aren't balanced. Okay. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Swords with Justice on the bottom of the deck. So this is the things that are going to be expanding for us. So good luck and fortune are going to expand. Our ability to move forward passionately toward the things that we want are going to expand. And either we're going to... This is a card of not being able to decide because you don't have all the information, or like there are things that you can't see or that you don't know about, or things that you don't want to see. So you're feeling stuck, trapped, and blocked because of that, and you're unable to decide. But I think there's going to be a change in all of that, and we're going to be able to bring balance to the situation and move forward toward what we actually want. Let's get a Moonology card for this. How is the full moon going to help us expand things? Get one for expansion. You are good enough. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah, and in the bigger picture, luck and fortune is going to change for us. And I think we're going to move past our indecisiveness and the things that we can't see. They're going to be illuminated, and we're going to be able to move forward. So what things are this full moon energy going to cause to come into balance for us as a collective? How is this full moon going to cause things to come into balance for us? Let's get 3 for how the full moon will cause things to come into balance for us. Okay, we have 1 there. Where'd it go? Okay, we have the Hanged Man on the bottom. So this is stagnation. This is pausing to contemplate things, to try and see things from a different perspective. Looking back at the things from the past and seeing how they relate now in the light of the current moment. Okay, and then there's the 9 of Swords, which represents fear and worries and anxiety and being stuck in your head about it and feeling hopeless about it and afraid to look at it, and it can cause, like, you know, sleepless nights, nightmares. 2 of Pentacles, which again is another card of balance, and the 7 of Swords, which can represent leaving things behind. So the way that these full moon energies are going to help us come into balance is we're going to be able to see things from a different perspective. If we can take, you know, the pains and the fears and the worries from the past and see how they relate in the light of the current moment and get more balance out of that, and then we'll know more about what to leave behind. So let's get one more here from the Moonology Oracle deck. That was easy. Full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Yeah, which goes exactly with the cards here. It's time to release these fears and worries and anxieties and the things that drive you nuts and keep you awake at night. And it's time to leave those behind and get back to being more balanced. And that's exactly what this full moon in Sagittarius is going to do for us. So that's what I have for you. I hope you liked it. If you're interested in seeing these types of readings for the individual zodiac signs, leave me a comment down below, like the video. That way I can see that people are interested in that. Because if they're not, then I won't waste my time doing it. But that's what I have for you. I hope it's been helpful, and I will see you next time. All right, bye-bye.